Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Snapping back into it. That's a terrible pun. Let's not do that ever again. Thanks very much for settling in with me at another session here. Let's continue on with Aeolian, the Aeolian scale. Aeolian. It is not an Italian dressing or dip of any sort. Aeolian. Aeolian. It's also called natural minor. So natural minor, what does that mean? Well, there's three different types of minor to start off with. I mean, three principal types that we can get into, at least right now. We have natural minor, harmonic minor, melodic minor. Natural minor is probably one of the more recognizable forms of the minor scale. All natural notes in the key of A minor or in the key of C. So here we really start to tie things together. A minor and C major, they're the same thing, but they have a very different sound, even though they share all the same notes, right? So C major, really kind of uplifting, bright sounding scale, right? Or key. Same notes, beginning and ending on A, the sixth scale degree. We have now a very morose, sorrowful sort of sound. I guess it's subjective, but the idea with using minor is to kind of give a feeling of like, I don't know, somberness or sadness. Right? I hate to be, goofy and theatrical about it, but that's the idea. Trying to get across a really kind of sad sort of idea with your melody, harmony, whatever. So some fingerings for natural minor. Before that, how is natural minor created just on its own, like with half steps and whole steps, right? So we go like this: whole half, whole half, whole whole, whole half a whole half a whole. So if you start on A, whole step higher than A is B, half step higher than B is C, whole step to D, whole step to E, half step to F, whole step to G, whole step to A. Right, so we've just basically proven that this scale is all natural notes, start to finish, the same thing as C major. Right, so if you're using the sixth chord, which is A minor, in the key of C, you would probably end up using the notes from an A minor arpeggio or the notes from A Aeolian or A natural minor to create a melody. So let's try to negotiate the scale in several positions now so we can get it under our fingers and make it useful, right? Everything I played in the beginning of this lesson, by the way, in that little example, all those chords, melodies, textures were played or were inspired by the natural minor scale. No notes outside of that scale were used. So it's kind of cool. It can create a lot of interesting colors for sure. So in open position, we'll start with open A and play A, B, C. D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, and E, and then F, G, and A. So that fingering's not terribly concise. We have a pretty big stretch right here, big stretch here. This isn't so bad. Those are pretty simple, right? So we'll tackle this in another position in a moment to make it a bit easier. And also do this. And then shift positions, or get your pinky to take the 5th fret of the E string. So that way the first half of the scale just basically stays in first position, no big jumps, right? With one tiny little jump at the end. Unless you're comfortable with this. If that's cool, then by all means use it. Here's another version of the same scale. One shift at the B string, but aside from that, we're good to go. Start with your 4th finger on A, right? We're in second position, so we play A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F by shifting the first finger, and just play G to A to finish it. So again, all the same notes, but some of the notes end up manifesting on different strings, different frets. So why would I do that? Why would a guitar player do that sort of thing? We have the creative license, all y'all, to use whatever note you want to use. Same octave, but different texture, different timbre, right? So instead of playing open B, if that's too twangy or too bright, use this B on the G string, or that B on the D string, A string, E string. They're all written the same way in the staff, but depending on what kind of color you want to get, you would choose a different pitch, right? So that second scale, one more time. Back down. Another position you ask. Fine. Fifth position. With this one, we have to jump either way. We're either going to be leaping forward on the D string to get a B, or going back on the G string to get the same B. Let's look at it both ways. Jump back. Jump forward. Jumping forward now on the D string. I like that one. One more time, a little bit slower. Cool. Perhaps a one octave version on the D string from this A. Or here. Or here. I guess the point is they're really everywhere. Take your time and figure out some voicings that you really enjoy. Voicing scales is going to be completely dependent upon where the chord is that you're trying to support. If you're playing A minor here, if you're doing a self-accompaniment sort of thing, you probably would want to arrange your melody in such a way that you could play the scale or melodic tones around this particular voicing of the chord. If you're playing A minor down here. Lots of possibilities, everyone. Please enjoy Aeolian.